Layers are how we show and hide things in ArchiCAD. When we select something in ArchiCAD, we can see up in this top panel just here which layer it's been put on. If we then click it, we can easily change which layer this thing is on. You'll notice these eyeballs just next to the layers themselves. This tells us which layers we can see and which ones are hidden. If we put this lady onto the hidden layer, the one with the eye crossed out, we'll notice that she disappears. Now to turn on the layers, we can go up to Document and then go to Layers and then click Layers Model Views just here. Or better yet, as a shortcut, we can go Control L, which brings up the layers. Now this might look a little bit complicated, but if you watch to the end, it'll all make sense and be so much easier to use. Now we want to find that lady. So we'll turn on the hidden layer just by clicking this little eyeball with a slash through it. And now if we go OK, she now shows back up on the elevation. In this next example, we'll go through a typical plan, which is the site plan. And we'll compare the site plan to a landscape plan. Both of these plans are a top-down view of the site, but they're showing different information. So that we can select which layers are showing on one plan and are off on another plan, we use a thing called combinations, which we'll get into in just a minute. First, I'll show you exactly which layers we show on each of these different plans. So starting off from our blank slate, the first layer is our boundary. This is all the information that I put onto the boundary line layer. Next up, we've got the north point just down here. After that, we've got the survey, which has all of our survey information that's been brought in from the surveyor, like the contour lines and any existing site information. I typically also put my proposed lines on here as well, just to keep things minimal. We've got our site plan labels, which are showing information like waste bins, as well as sediment control lines, and any other notation pointing towards stuff that's happening on the site. Next up is the roof, and after that, the dimensions, which are going to note our offsets from our side boundaries. For a simple development like this is pretty much all the layers that we need to separate out the different items. Now, you'll notice when we go to the landscape plan, we aren't showing some of these items. So we're not currently showing the site plan labels, and we're also not showing the dimensions, because they're not the priority in what we're showing in this plan. For the landscape plan, we've got the boundary line, we've got the north point, we're showing the survey. This time we're showing all of the landscaping and the landscaping labels if we had them. And last but not least, the roof. The way that we turn on and off these switches when we go between the different plans is by using layer combinations. It might seem a little bit daunting, but we'll take this step by step. So now let's go Control L to open up our layers. And if we click on our site plan layer combination on this left-hand side, this site plan layer combination decides which layers are turned on and off on the site plan. So just like we've got shown over here, we've got all of these eyeballs turned on so that these are showing on the site plan. So if we select on the boundary line, we'll see that this eyeball is open on this layer combination on the left-hand side. We're going to show the boundary line, but when we go to landscaping, it closes that eyeball. It gives us a visual indication that these layers over here, this layer, isn't going to show when we've got our site plan open. Don't worry, it'll make sense in a second. Now, if we go to our landscape plan, we'll see that these layers here match up with what we're showing over here as well. This is how we choose which layers are showing and which layers aren't showing. Now, as a little exercise, just so that everything can sink in. So we want the roof to show on the site plan, but we don't want it to show on the landscape plan. The way that we turn this off is by going to this roof layer just here and turning that eyeball off. Just like we did with the lady at the beginning, where we turned the eyeball back on. What we need to do is we need to go update. So we need to click this one just down here, update. Now, you'll notice that the eyeball now shows it as closed. Basically, this is updating the settings for the landscape plan so that it no longer shows the roof. So from here, if we go OK, and if we go to our site plan, and then we go back to our landscape plan, it's not going to show that roof anymore. So if we were to unpack what we just learned, so on this right-hand side, we've got the layers. This is where the different elements are being placed, so we can turn them on and off. Over here on the layer combinations, this is where we choose which of the layers are turned on and which are turned off. So we can make different things show up on a site plan compared to, say, a landscape plan. This is key to understanding layers. The reason why this view, this top-down view, is showing the landscape layer combinations is because with the view settings, we've got this set as landscape plan. Just as a quick 30-second recap, this over on the right-hand side is the navigator. We've got the project map, this one just here. This one next to it is the view map. If we right click and we go to the settings, this is where we set up what scale the drawings are, what pens are used, and which layer combination is used just up here. The reason why this view, this top-down view, is showing the landscape layer combinations is because with the view settings, we've got this set as landscape plan. If I set this to site, to the site layer combination and go OK, it's going to show all the site plan information. So now if I double click the landscape plan, it's going to show the site information because we've applied that layer combination. So let's turn this back to landscape plan and go OK. This is why it's crucial to understand layers and layer combinations to know when different things are showing up in your file. Now, it's not only just the site plan that we use layers and layer combinations for, we also use it for floor plans. Now, as we go through more and more examples, this concept will start to sink in more and more. You're more than welcome to copy my approach and the layers that I use. I try and keep it as minimalist as possible so that I don't have a whole bunch of layers that I have to navigate through every time I want to apply something to a layer. All right, so let's start from scratch. First up, we've got our walls, but I'll typically also put slabs as well as posts on the wall layer as well. The purpose of layers and layer combinations is to turn things on and off with different plans. It's not to separate every element. If we want to select everything of one element, we can just go Control F and we can use Find and Select, which would just use the eyedropper tool, holding Alt and clicking on the element. It'll select the element type and then we can go to the plus. It'll select everything of that element. And if we really need to, we could create a new layer and do it from there. After this, we've got our section marker. We've got all of our objects. From there, we've got our text and our text labels. We've got our north point, as well as dimensions, and our roof. These are the typical layers for the floor plan. Now, when we go to the electrical plan, things are going to change a little bit. Our focus on the electrical plan is the electrical layout, and in some cases, the reflected ceiling plan. I typically combine the two when possible, just so that I don't have a ton of sheets. So starting from scratch, we're showing the walls, the reflected ceiling plan, all of the objects, because it gives a little extra context to the room and where we might want to put outlets, and as always, the north point. By turning off some elements on the reflected ceiling plan, it makes it much easier to navigate what's important on the plan, which in this case is where we're putting light switches, where we're putting fans, power points, the lights and everything related to this plan specifically. For our next example, we'll cover an elevation. So we'll start off with our walls and our roof. Next up is the text, which I've also placed my dimensions on as well. After that, I'd have text labels, which sometimes can be consolidated just to the text layer. And lastly, objects, which I've got a few finishing touches, say like the downpipes, as well as these external lights, and things like the rainwater tank. This is pretty much the same for elevations and for sections. With most of the 2D elements, I typically just chuck them onto the text layer, because we're not typically making multiple versions of the elevation like we would with a floor plan or with a site plan. Now, the final layer combination I want to cover is the show all layer combination. So if we can't find an element, or if something's disappeared, we can just turn on all of the layers at once with just a click. Now, a shortcut so that we can turn this on, if we go down to the bottom, we'll notice just here, we can select between our layer combinations. So if I say go to floor plan, it's just going to show up the typical floor plan. But now if I go to show all, it's going to show everything. We're showing the elevation markers, we're showing all the furniture and plants that typically only show up in the 3D. This will show us everything. Now, if for some reason your show all isn't showing all the layers, if we double check by clicking on the show all layer combination and we see that a couple of them are turned off, what we can do is if we select the eyeball, then if we go Control A, which is select all, so it's going to select all of our layers. If we now hit another one of the eyeballs that isn't open, it's going to open all of the eyeballs. And same thing, if we click it again, it's going to close all the eyeballs, so we can hide everything. This is the quickest way to turn on all of the layers. Now, to make sure that it sticks, we'll go Update. And from here, this will make sure that all of our layers are showing when we click on that layer combination. Now, if you like the look of the landscape plan, I've actually got a full video where we cover how you can capture the colors on your screen and use them for your plan. I'll put a link to the video just over here, so go on and check it out.